hate every Israeli so that they can occupy from the river to the sea.
Sorry,
okay.
Can I interject here?
Hang on, I'm talking, Orlando.
I know you're talking, and you're talking very well, but could I...
No, you can't. You come back up when you've learnt some manners. So you're going to talk quite passionately about that, aren't you? You're going to get a little bit irate sometimes. This is what happens. Barbie has always experiences hate, whether it's from Muslims, Christians, goodness knows what else, even Jewish people like El Normo. So when people are using her community, but also badgering her, it's very easy for all of us to go, we're not talking about that. It's not really an issue. It is a fucking issue. It's a big issue.
Enigma, he was talking about the community. He wasn't talking about her. Hold on. Can I reply?
Her sexuality.
Can I reply to her for a second? Can I reply to her for a second, Alpha? I'm sorry that I'm speaking because on your behalf, because I'm as a listener. He was speaking about the gay community in different places.
She was speaking. Barbie is a woman.
What do you mean she? I'm talking about Alpha. And Alpha is a man. And he was speaking about the gay community, not about Barbie.
Yeah.
And I'm also part of the LGBT, and I'm also part of the gay community, and I'm also part of the gay community, and there's nothing that he said was against the gay community.
When he first came up here, he started talking shit to me because he didn't like me talking shit to El Normo, who has had a problem with me for many shows now. That's why Alpha called me a man and was very rude to me. I defended myself. Now every time
talking about you. I'm talking to Enigma. Hold on, please. I'm talking to Enigma. I'm not talking about you at all.
I get that.
I didn't mention
up, though.
I didn't bring you up. I said that he wasn't talking about you.
Can I say one thing?
Let me say
something. Bobby, you know I've always supported you, right? And you know that. So I don't appreciate you. I don't appreciate you telling me that I'm whining. Okay, I'm not whining. I'm just trying to keep control.
I don't appreciate you trying to monitor me. I don't do that to you.
I'm not trying to do that to you. I'm just trying to keep control of the room and make sure the conversation stays respectful and productive. I'm not trying to monitor you.
But when you do that, when I'm defending myself, it adds more like flame to the fire, like to the pit here.
Bro,
it's just best to just let it happen. Shut up, Alpha. Shut up. See, look at this. How am I not supposed to defend myself against this, Tobias? How?
Okay, so I'll just say nothing.
You don't get targeted like that, Tobias. Has anyone called you a faggot, a girl on here? No, they haven't. They've called me a man, called me a dude. They called me, after being corrected, they're still disrespecting me, and y'all are all concentrating on how mean I am?
I didn't say you were mean. I'm just saying I want to keep control of the room, that's all. It's not about you, it's about just a collective thing, you know?
Yeah, it is about me when they're bringing me up. It is about me when they're bringing me up. Okay, the problem is me right now that y'all have a problem with me. So yes, it is.
I never said that. That's your words, not mine. I never said that.
Yeah, but you just wanted to call me out, though. You just sat there and said, Barbie, let me tell you this. So therefore, you're making it about me.
Because you said I was whining. You said I was whining. I'm not whining.
Right, exactly. And I said that because you kept talking over me and monitoring me, telling me to chill out, telling me to get back to the conversation.
Barbie, what's the first thing I do when I bring you up? The first thing I do is moderate you every time. So don't talk to me like I'm an aggressive. Cool, all right. Okay, good.
Okay, yeah, great, exactly.
You know I respect you. That's why I do that. That's why I'm just trying to keep control of the rooms. I want this conversation to be interesting and conducive, right, to the topic. That's all. Nothing to do with you guys. I don't even know what the fuck was said between each other. I wasn't even listening. I was busy making a fucking.
So then why say anything?
Yeah.
So then why?
I'm trying to keep control of the room. I'm trying to keep control of the room.
You want to keep control of the room when you don't know what was said, Tobias? Does that make sense?
How long do you guys need to talk about it until it's sorted? Like how?
He brought it up. He brings it up. He wants to defend the LGBTQ, but yet shits on LGBTQ, Tobias. Why are you missing that?
Well, he's not in the room now, so I mean, it should be over, right?
Exactly. No, Alpha's still here.
How did I shit on the LGBT? Explain.
You are Alpha. When you came up here, you were talking shit,
No,
calling
I
me a
didn't.
man, calling me all kinds of shit. Yes, you were. You were targeting me. I am a trans person, okay? So therefore, you don't have any respect. What if I did that to you and your cause? What if I shitted on you and called you a nasty Jew or a nasty this and a nasty that? You would call me all kinds of xenophobic and bigoted and racist, but I can't call you a fucking transphobic piece of shit when you're being transphobic to me, Alpha.
None of that applies to me. So keep crying.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes,
No,
it
it
does.
doesn't.
And if you don't want to hear it, if you're a fucking psychopath, move on.
No.
Bye. Quit asking to come up here if you're just. Hey, Orlando. Welcome back. Did you have something to say?
I just wondered why it's all got very heated.
Were you not listening?
Of course I was listening, but what I would like to say is, like, why is it so difficult for people to converse in a way that's not so argumentative?
Well, because this is an app, it's social, feelings, when people are passionate, emotions flare. This is normal psyche of the human person. When emotions flare, we're going to react. Not everybody reacts the same though, Orlando. You might handle certain problems on here differently, maybe calmer, somebody would say. But I'm the kind of person that doesn't really do that. Why? Because maybe my life I've been affected differently than you have by life. I'm a trans person. When I get off of here, the bullying doesn't stop, Orlando. It never stops for me. Okay?
Well,
so when I get on here, when I get on here and it's continuing, I'm gonna be a bitch and I'm gonna get defensive. And it's funny though, everybody on here has been exactly. Hold on. Why are you talking over me? Hold on. Can I just finish my thought here? You asked me and I'm telling you. Yeah, exactly. I just barely started talking. Anyways, like I'm trying to say, everybody on here has been exactly where I am right now. Okay, they have been mad, they have been angry, they have said things they weren't supposed to, right? Why is it a big deal when I do it? Why? Because y'all want to stay in the conversation? Well, look, when y'all are bringing up LGBTQ people, I'm going to definitely say something about that. And Orlando, you're more than welcome to come back, but you weren't. Y'all should see the nasty messages that I'm getting in my back chats, and I'm supposed to chill out over this. Yes, Orlando. What is it now?
I apologise. I was kicked from the room. I'm not sure why, but
Yeah, because you kept talking over me. Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No worries. You're back up.
The one thing I would say is, like,
This is out.
Orlando, we cannot hear you. Or is it just me?
hey, I'm back. Am I back?
Yep.
Hello?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Okay, brilliant. One thing I would say is, like, would you not want to have some kind of conversation with other people without talking over them?
Well, that's what you were doing, Orlando, the
Do
whole
you
time.
think that question, now that the run's kind of calmed down a bit, is conducive to moving forward, or are you trying to relight the fire and be a gaslighter?
I don't. No, I wouldn't like to gaslight fire.
Oh, you sound like you're very unsure with yourself, Orlando.
You sound like you're very unsure of yourself as well.
Do I? Oh. What are you going to do about that then?
Well, I'd ask you where you came from.
My mother's vagina canal.
Okay. Is there any possible part of your life that you would think about that's made you kind of unsure of yourself?
No, not at all. I can ask the same thing about you. Is that why you're stuttering and stammering over your words?
Yes, possibly.
Okay.
I've not talked to a celebrity before, so...
Oh, I'm not a celebrity.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Who said I was a celebrity?
Well, I think...
Do you see me as a celebrity? Do you think that I'm...
I suppose so, yeah.
Okay, well, do you want my autograph?
No, I don't think that...
Okay.
This
conversation is boring. Should we get back?
Ask me something.
Should we get back to something a bit more meaty?
Well,
Yeah, let's do it, Enigma. Orlando, we're moving on. George and Kitty, welcome. Do y'all have anything to say to the top?
Yeah, I'm so ashamed that I made myself clear the past few days with my PTRs of Noah and Shem and Japheth. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed forever. I'm ashamed forever. I have little will to continue living.
When
I'm ashamed forever.
When Noah got very drunk.
It is only by the light of Torah.
When he got very drunk in his tent, and was it Ham? I think walked in on him. He was more often, well, more likely than not, he was masturbating.
How do you know that?
Because the brothers had to, take out the brother because he was in such shock of what he had sinned and the sin of it all.
Yes. Go on.
Yes, yeah, I'm listening.
Are you done, Enigma? Or do you want me to? Can I address the title?
You can address the title.
Please.
I'll be kind of quick, but it says, why do Hamas allow the starvation of their own people? And I think allow kind of means that they are not actually the one manufacturing it or causing it, or I think allowing is a bit too weak, not too weak, maybe a bit misleading, that there's like an external source that they just allow it. No, they basically manufacture it, and the reason why they do this is because human tragedy in Gaza is basically would put international pressure, as it does, on Israel to stop the war, because Hamas cannot win any other way except international pressure. So that is my addressing title. Thank you.
I agree. I think if Hamas, as a political figurehead governing the people, had the best interest for the people, they wouldn't have spent all the money on the artillery and the missiles and everything in a senseless war that they're never going to win.
It was a tunnel system, basically, that was the most expensive.
There's only one side.
Hello. I really don't care what Hamas is doing at this point. My concern only is for my country, which is America first. I don't feel that we have any footing in this situation that's going on between those two countries. And as long as I can remember, and just being an American citizen, to know the countless times that people have been dragged into these wars. We had the thing with the Saddam Hussein, and we actually found out there were no weapons of mass destruction. And my cousin got blown up into pieces from a landmine going out to serve in that war. So
sorry, can I interject? That's a horrible thing.
Orlando, hold on, Orlando. Let her finish.
I just want to say that's very, very.
No, Orlando. No, Orlando. That means be quiet. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay,
I just
apologies.
want them to not be involved. I just feel as though, and this is just not with Israel, I just feel as though America itself involves itself into others countries, trying to bring their ideology to their country. Just let those people do what they want. You get what I'm saying? Like, let them do what they want. If it's a big issue, then let the ICJ or whoever this council, the internet, let them come in and decide that. I've been tired of my country fighting these wars that I feel as though we're really not supposed to be meddling ourselves into. I don't really care what the people of Iran or over there are going through or their religious oppression. That's them. If they want to move out of that and they want to get away from that, then let that be their choice. I don't feel that we have to insert ourselves in every single conflict, because while we're sending money over to help our ally Israel, we still have homelessness. We still have
American citizens in Israel.
So,
you have American citizens in Israel as well. Do you not want to protect them?
Yeah, we do.
Because
Wow.
I honestly don't, because like I said, you're American first. So if they want to be dual citizens, again, that's on them. I'm happy where I'm at. I don't think I would ever want.
What about the dual citizens? What about the non-dual citizens that are just there, maybe on holiday, that are also needing respite and care to get back? I mean, in Britain, luckily we got some more of our British back to us, not before some of them were killed and injured, but I also think that when we start saying, well, we shouldn't really be getting involved in certain things with other countries, what we're really saying is we don't care if people are, in need or whatever. Let's just put ourselves first. And to me, that doesn't sound.
First, and I don't care. And I know that you're British, and you can be, like Brit first. It wouldn't faze me. I wouldn't care, because that's how you're supposed to be for your country. You get what I'm saying?
Really? Do you not think that's why we have so many wars? Because people, they're so desensitized and to the fact that there are some people in other countries that don't want to be oppressed.
That's not our job. We're not.
You're speaking from a place of privilege.
We're not super saver hoes. We don't do that.
Let me try to explain it. Right. So, the US-Israel sort of relationship is not like other international relationships, right? It's much more unique than that, mainly because Israel is a democracy surrounded by many countries that don't share the same values. So unlike other places where the US has had interests, Israel stands for things that they don't, right? Things that the US can relate to, like freedom and democracy, the rule of law. Yes, so let me finish. So the whole point I'm making is that let me finish.
I can speak from them.
No, you.
I don't.
Oh my God, is she serious?
Very serious, yes.
Well, stop talking then.
I just
Look, it makes the situation different. Let me finish my point. I'm gonna have to beat you, okay? It makes the situation very different. The US isn't just helping like any other. Why are you giggling now? What's wrong with you?
Because you made a crazy statement.
Oh, you're out of there. You're fucking out of it. Bye-bye. What a fucking crazy bitch.
Okay.
What a crazy bitch.
Can I pick up the mantle there? So it was the British in the 50s that created the State of Israel, and Yeah, can you go from there?
But you'll find it was the 40s.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. It is the 1940s. You're right. Yes. So we basically created a state there. But could Tobias finish his point?
No, I was almost at the end of my point, which is that it makes the situation different because the US isn't just helping like any other country. It's backing a close ally that faces all these threats, and Israel provides important intelligence and military support and helps keep both countries safe. So when people say the US shouldn't support Israel in the same way they're trying to say it shouldn't be intervening in other countries, they miss how special and important this alliance really is. It's more than just politics, which is obviously what that silly woman that was in here a second ago who couldn't string a sentence together doesn't understand. It's about standing with a democratic partner in a dangerous region.
Necessarily a structure. I mean, it's why we have Israel in the Eurovision Song Contest.
No, that's not the reason, actually. Israel is part of the EBU, the European Broadcasting Union. Also, Australia is part of it. Also, Egypt is part of it. There are many countries that are part of it. It's not European, despite the name.
But what I'm saying is it's an ideology. Europe is an ideology, whereas, I mean, you can't tell me that Israel or Australia are in Europe.
No, we're not in Europe. We're part of the EBU. There's a different, not basically based on ideology. It's part of, there are few requirements. But just to the point of the United States, the United States doesn't put foot on the ground in Israel or fight our wars at any point.
No, I wasn't saying that.
No, I was saying to the, addressing the point that was said before, and the aid that Israel is getting, many Americans never ask what they're getting back, and they never ask what is the alternative cost if we stop this funding of Israel defense system, because they never ask what they're getting back and what is the alternative cost, which is about 7 times more.
So I would I'd probably say it's something like Midway Island, which is a British-owned island, but it's a military base, so it's like a stopover. And I think it was the one that was used for the Falkland Wars, so it was to refuel. So I would say possibly Israel is that kind of state for the Western powers.
No.
Israel
has its own self-interest, which is basically very weird that the people don't see, to exist and to survive and to fight our enemies.
Oh, no, I completely understand that.
And
but
we are
what
not.
I'd say is for a Western government or a Western
intelligence,
power,
not as an army, not as a base, as intelligence.
It's not forwarding base to attack where you want to attack.
United States have bases all over the Middle East. They don't really need Israel. In fact, in Israel, they don't have a base.
Is that too much of a simple answer? Sorry.
So why would that be too much of a simple answer?
Sorry, Tobias, say it again.
Why would that be too much of a simple answer?
Because I thought it was, obviously a very, a very important place to have your bases for certain things like aircrafts. I mean, we could talk about nuclear power as well. If you had nuclear weapons.
Yeah, it's not. I'm trying to say, so it's a close ally of the US, but it's not like a hub for American military bases. Is that what you're getting at? That it should be a hub for military bases? Is that what you're saying?
I think it is a hub for.
But it's not a hub.
It's not.
Yeah, the reason, look, the US already has like strong military bases in other countries like Qatar,
Saudi Arabia and Georgia.
Kuwait. Yeah, they are much better suited for that sort of thing, right?
Okay.
But, Israel's military is very capable on its own. Doesn't need the US. Doesn't, and that's not like hopeful thinking. This is actually
true, because the Israeli-Egyptian war, they were basically about to be wiped out before the US put their fight planes and gave their fight planes to Israel. It was there.
Sorry,
yeah, go ahead, Bobby. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask real quick, where do you get your information, Orlando? What do you just like Google this, or where do you get your sources?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, possibly. I don't know. I do research stuff, but I'm willing to learn. So I'm here as maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
And I'm quite happy to be.
So Alana, did you sorry, Bobby. Have you finished what you want to say? I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
Okay, thanks. Were you referring to the Yom Kippur War, yeah?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, but Israel didn't depend on the US. I mean, the US helped them, but it didn't depend on the US. Like, Israel's own military strength and intelligence capabilities are among the most, advanced in the world, right? The US provided,
They are now, yes.
Yeah. No, they were then as well. But the US provided important weapons, but it's the same as it was then and is now. Israel fights its own wars and defends itself independently. The value of Israel is more about sort of their intelligence sharing and partnership than anything like US bases.
Okay, I was talking about the air superiority, of the Israeli war.
Yeah, the way that it works basically that with the United States, we basically have collaboration on weapons, including aircraft. So, for example, we get the F-15 and then we make it into the F-15I. The I represents Israel.
Right,
we make improvement. What?
That's it. No, sorry, carry on.
And then we have a exclusivity deal with the United States. So we are actually fighting wars, okay? And this is how we help develop and improve weapons that the United States is also creating. Also, at the end, our enemies are the same enemies of the United States. So when we fight our weapons against weapons from Iran or China or Russia, this is the same weapons the United States would be fighting if they would be fighting, when they would be fighting.
Which is exactly what's happening in the Ukraine. I suppose it's a weapon testing place.
No. Again, it's not a weapon testing because we are co-developing. We are also the Iron Dome is protecting American soldiers all over the world, okay, that we developed. We have a cooperation, okay? It's not and it's beneficial. You need to understand that there are other players in the world that are selling weapons and planes, and we can work with them to improve those weapons. And then, it's a market. If the United States will not sell it, France will sell it, or Russia will sell it, or China will sell it, or manufacture our own. No?
Okay, that does make sense. One thing I would say is what would your view of what Dwight D. Eisenhower said when he left office, his speech? Do you know that?
You asking me? So no.
But anybody here.
Maybe Tobias. I don't know.
What did he say when he left office?
Well, you can Google the speech.
Yeah.
It was about.
No, I don't want to do that. I can't be bothered. Just what did he say, bro?
It's about the military complex, the industrial military complex.
Do you want to give us the point or leave it at that?
Yeah, I
said something about military. No, listen, dudes. You cannot say, "Do you know what he said?" and then go Google it and expect us to It doesn't make sense. And if this is how you want to end your claim that he said something about military complex,
yeah,
okay?
I don't want to be misquoting him.
All right, so maybe you wanna land somewhere else.
Yeah, okay, give me a second.
Can I just address something? George is writing some interesting stuff in the comments. George, are you okay?
Hey, sorry, I'm washing my hands. Yes, I'm terribly ashamed. I think I'm okay. I think I'll get through this. Thank you.
George, what's up, man? What are you upset about? Is this
I'm upset about
something that upsets you?
world history. I'm upset about. I don't care much for it. I've seen everything. I'm amused. It's too tragic for me.
No one's forcing you to watch world politics, bro. You can.
No, I don't watch it.
Watch some puppy videos. Some.
Hey, why is this your response?
No, I'm being honest. I'm not being facetious. I mean, just something that's like.
I'm doing my duty. What?
Sorry, can I? Would you like me to say it, or can I add it to the messaging board?
Go ahead, man.
Right, I can talk. Yeah, I can say that. Not reading, but okay. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for this is disastrous rise of misplaced power, and will persist.
And the point you want to make with this is that basically, if you make money out of weapons, you could create situations that will require weapons.
Exactly.
All right. So I just want to address it from the Israeli perspective. I hope you see that we have zero interest in this. Like, we spend too much money on defense instead of any other thing, and we're fighting an existential war where we are attacked from all fronts. So that's our game.
One thing
we are
I
not
would
the one
ask,
initiating. We are like
I would ask you is, because obviously I live in the United Kingdom and I have no idea of what war is, whereas you live in a situation where a lot of your countries that surround you are hostile, let's say. What's
I
that feel
went to
like?
the shelter last time.
Wow, okay.
This is our situation, and we are under attack. Manufacturing weapons for us is a necessity to existence, and if it will not be with the United States, we will do it with our fingernails. Not because we want to create weapons, just because we want to live. That's our game. That's our ideology existing.
Well, I mean, that's a different world to me. I can't even imagine what that's like. I mean, my parents and obviously my grandparents would understand what that world feels like, but I can't understand that.
It's good that you admit that, Orlando. It's very emotionally honest, and yeah, I think most people can't understand how incredibly difficult that must be. I mean, I'd imagine, just knowing that danger can come at any moment, air raids, attacks, violence. People live with fear, their families, and uncertainty about the future.
So we have, obviously we have an amygdala. It's your mammalian limbic system, and it's it fires off every time something happens, like a loud bang.
Oh fuck!
I would like to know why BB Netanyahu just admitted that he was starving the Gazans, and he just begged the Red Cross to bring in aid. It's his last tweet, Benjamin Netanyahu. admits that there's starvation in Gaza, and he's begging the Red Cross to finally help fix the situation that the Israeli government started.
Resistance.
Sorry, Daniel, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do this.
No problem. He was appealing, just because people already heard it, he was appealing to the Red Cross to make sure that the hostages will get food, because the Red Cross are in Gaza.
Food, because they're starving.
And,
Israeli government is
I
starving
heard
the
you.
hostages.
Please
I'm
mute.
sorry, did I do something wrong here?
No, it's about resistance. He's like,
He's a notorious, right? Yeah.
I'm notorious for telling him.
It's about
he's worse than me.
Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite.
Hold on. We all saw the images of David, how he's like in the tunnel, the skeleton of
Yeah,
the
I know.
body.
I feel really sorry for that man. I feel sorry that his own country would do that to him.
Mute up, please. In those underground, in those tunnels for 667 days. Bobby, are you laughing?
No, I was laughing that you told him mute up, not at what you're saying.
Okay. This a man that was snatched from a party, put underground for 667 days in this tunnel. He didn't see daylight. He is pooping and peeing there. Just imagine the smell. He's eating